Welcome back to episode 55 of On the Spot Sports. And in today's episode, we got my good friend Adam coming on. He's going to be talking about diversity in hockey, the Hockey Diversity Alliance club that just came out from seven current and former NHL players, and Akim Aliu's story and what he's been through. So let's get to it. Yo, welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. And in today's episode, we got my good friend Adham Chaudary coming on the show. And it's going to be a good one. We're going to be talking about some hockey. This is episode 55. So it's episode 55. Wow, it's been already 5 episodes past 50. So I'm doing it solo, so we'll see how this goes. But Adam, how are you?
Good, man. I'm doing well, Jack. How are you?
I'm doing good. Excited to get that skate in tomorrow with you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'll get in some good practice and good skating in tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. So I was thinking that we could talk about the diversity in hockey, like stuff that's going around like the world today, maybe, and then talk about like our experience for hockey and like how like
Yeah,
hockey's brought us together.
yeah, man. Definitely, we can. I'm more than happy to talk about diversity in hockey and how sports brings people together. So let's do this.
Hey, let's go. So first of all, in the past few weeks, everyone in the hockey world knows that Akim Aliu came out onto the Players Tribune and wrote an article called "Hockey's Not for Everyone," and it basically talks about like all the different situations that Akim Aliu's been a part of, whether it be just the racism he's faced, the different incidents he's faced as from going to juniors all the way to pro and like even youth, like all the hazing experiences he's been through. And I just want your opinion on all this.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, it's very unfortunate to hear something like that happen to anybody in hockey, let alone in society. There's no room, absolutely no room for racism. I think we're beyond that now. It's 2020. I think people need to be more open minded. I do think that the younger generation is more open minded, just overall with diversity and accepting others who are not like them. I think that once again, I just think it's terrible the past experiences that he's had dealing with that coach who made a racist comment. Not directly towards him, but definitely still made a racist comment that used a word that should not have been used. Period. And there's absolutely no excuse for it. And fortunately enough, the NHL handled it pretty well. And I'm pretty sure if I'm correct, he did get let go. He did get fired after that. But like I said, man, you hate to see it. You hate to see racism in hockey. You know, diversity is something that needs to be accepted in hockey and society alone. And I just think that the game should grow. If you look at the game now in the NHL, it's so diverse. I mean, the NHL is the most diverse it's ever been, in my opinion. Like, not in my opinion, it's factual. You got guys like Seth Jones, Anthony Duclair, Matthew Joseph, Austin Matthews, half Mexican, one of the best stars in the game. You got PK Subban, Bufflin, who unfortunately we don't know what's going on with his status. You've got Quinton Byfield, Keandre Miller, who unfortunately had a troll in his Zoom meeting, which was very unfortunate, man. Like I said, you hate to see that happen, and it's unfortunate that there's people out there like that. And yeah, man, like I said, you hate to see it, and then you just wish that things can improve going forward.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with all that. There's no place for it in the game of hockey or in the world. There's no place for any of those comments, any of those actions to be made. Like, it's 2020, like you said, like we should all be accepting of each other. And I do agree that the younger version or the younger generation is more like open And it's just like some of the current generations aren't as open, but I do see that it's getting better. But the story that Akim Aliu came out with it was a good read, but you hate to see what he went through, especially since he's a really good hockey player, and he could go far, but this all but racism keeps coming back to it, and I think it pretty much ruined his chances of becoming a full-time NHLer. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man,
just in
absolutely. It,
general.
it is unfortunate, and me being of Pakistani descent, I played in high school. I played for the Cobras. I played middle school St. Jude Knights, and being the brown kid and around all these white kids, I definitely felt, and I still feel to this day a bit uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie to you, but I mean, it's definitely, like I said, it's definitely a lot better now than it was in the past. Like I can't lie to you and say I don't feel like maybe it's more in my head than it is what and other what other people think. I feel like I'm more like you're your own worst enemy. I feel like so. Like I said, I mean it's not easy playing a white man sport. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm judged, but like I said, I feel like it's in my own mind more than anything. And that's not to say that people are not accepting. I mean, like I said, I played high school hockey. I was in a men's league, and I had a bunch of people who were very accepting of me. And I made a bunch of friends from rat hockey, obviously yourself included. And like I said, man, I think sports just brings people together, no matter what your race is, no matter what your beliefs are, whether that be political, religious, no matter what your skin color is. I just think that sports really bring people together. You set those differences aside and just play hockey, man, play a sport. And I think it's a very good way to just learn differences and get those differences accepted through sports.
Yeah, for sure. I remember we were talking about how you felt uncomfortable a few times throughout your hockey career, and like that one time at Rat, or like you still are a little bit uncomfortable, but like you had like a situation at Rat. So do you want to go through that or not?
I mean, it like I said, I'd rather not talk about that specific incident. It was just someone dumb. He was drinking. He had like an entire
Typical
six pack of beer.
Wednesday late night game.
Yeah, it was like a typical Wednesday. But that was really the only time. I've never had any other. Uh, Fortunately enough, I haven't had any other experience with racism or any just ignorant comments. Besides one time, like I said, he was drinking and for, unfortunate enough, he made a dumb, idiotic comment, and I brushed it off. Like I said, when you're in the sport of hockey and you're not white, you know what you're getting yourself into. I knew what I was getting myself into, but like I said, man, I think it's getting better. I think hockey, just diversity alone, is headed towards a very good direction. Like I said, you've got stars in the game who are African Americans, like Anthony Duclair, Seth Jones, as I previously mentioned before. And I definitely think the game is headed in the right direction, and you love to see the diversity in the game, and you love to see the game evolve. And yeah, man, it's absolutely like I said, it's headed in a good direction, I think.
Yeah, I feel like where we play as well is like a really like structured, like everyone gets along, like everyone's cool with everyone. So that at least helps in some situations.
Yeah, man, absolutely. You meet so many people. I've met so many. I made some really close friends just through hockey alone. And like I said before, it brings people together no matter what your differences are. You have one goal when you're playing hockey, man, and that's just to have fun and be the best hockey player you can be.
Yeah, I think the one thing we're gonna keep preaching is that sports bring us together, and like that is 100% the truth. Like everyone puts aside the differences, and even in all sports, they just play the sport they love, put all the
Mhm.
differences aside, and just enjoy the sport that you're playing, and
Yeah,
just
yeah. Exactly, man. Exactly. And like guys like Evander Kane and Wayne Simmons and Seth Jones and Anthony DeClaire, they've what was that, like did they sign like a petition? What was that exactly?
It was they created an alliance called the Hockey Diversity Alliance, and it's with Seth Jones, Akim Aliu, Joel Ward, Wayne Simmons, uh,
Evander Kane is in there.
Evander Kane's in there.
Yeah. I got you, and that's basically just to raise awareness for diversity in hockey. You think, or
Yeah,
that's all? Love to see it.
yeah, you love to see it. I got the lineup right here. It's Evander Kane, Akim Aliu, Trevor Daley, Matt Dumba, Wayne Simmons, Chris Stewart, and Joel Ward. So that's a pretty
I got you.
to start it.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You got the Wayne train in there.
Wayne train.
Who's an absolute animal.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
Yeah, for sure. And their mission is to eradicate racism and try
Yeah.
to get it out of the
Yeah.
game, because there's
Mhm.
no place in the game of hockey or in the game
Yeah.
of anything for that
Yeah,
matter.
man. Anywhere in society, especially hockey, and as someone who's not white and has been playing hockey pretty much his whole life, I can, definitely, relate to a certain extent as far as like just feeling, like out of place sometimes and maybe a bit uncomfortable. But like I said, more often than not, man, I do feel comfortable and got a good group of guys when I played in middle school. I had a good group of guys when I played in high school for the Oakland Cobras, and they made me feel welcomed. And unfortunate enough, it's like those rare instances where uh, racist comments, ignorant comments come up, and I think it just needs to change, man. People need to have a different mindset. Hockey's for everyone. And I remember Akim Aliu had a statement. He said, "For every one vocal racist, for every one local vocal racist, there's a thousand silent ones." And I don't know, man. I just feel like that's true. Um, and I don't know, man. I just hope things get better. I don't know if they ever will. Like I said, our younger generation is definitely more open and more accepting. So I do believe that things will get better. And and like I said, man, that's not to say that things are always horrible for someone who's of color that plays hockey. Like I said, I've met great people who are accepting, and it's unfortunate that sometimes instances do come up where people make ignorant comments. And remember, Joel Ward was at the United Center in Chicago when he was playing for the Capitals, and they were playing against the Hawks at the UC, and Hawks fans told him to stick to basketball. I just think that's terrible, man. This guy, he's already probably uncomfortable. I don't know if uncomfortable is the right word necessarily, but obviously he knows he's not white, and when you make a comment like that, telling someone to play basketball, it's so ignorant, man. It's just there's no room for it in hockey, especially, and there's no room for it in society. It's just sad, man, when you see things like that happen. But I think we're in a good direction, man. We have Quinton Byfield, who is projected second overall. I think he's like the second NHL player in history to be projected second or top five overall. I think it was Seth Jones was projected number 3 or 4 a couple years back. But you'll have to see that diversity, man. If Quinton Byfield can become a star in the NHL, I think that would be good for hockey as well. Just getting that level of diversity up.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since all these guys are like Quinn Byfield, like he's gonna do good in the league. I think he's definitely gonna set the bar high, and I think he's gonna ride with it as well. And just like you said about Joel Ward, I'm pretty sure that those fans that said it got kicked out of the
Yeah, they did.
life.
They
So
did. They got
at least
banned
that's
for
good,
life.
because that's very ignorant and has no room in the game. So at least the certain measures have been taken, especially for that.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I'm glad that the organization, Blackhawks organization, was able to properly address those fans, and then they made the right decision.
Yeah, I'm sure it's happened in multiple stadiums as well, and especially
Yeah.
with other teams. Didn't Wayne Simmons have a situation as well like that?
Yeah, yeah. You know what he did? I don't remember it in detail, but he did have a similar situation like that as well. You know, I think, man, you know what the thing about it is, it's just gonna take time. I think the more like each and every single year, the game gets more and more diverse, and you know, I think there's gonna come a time where the league is just gonna be more just going to be so diverse that you see a colored hockey player and you're not going to think twice. You know, you're not going to think any different of it. Um, and like I said, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't care. You know, a lot of people love these colored hockey players and they love diversity in hockey. So that, you know, that's not to say that everyone is just ignorant and everyone, you know, everyone who's not white is ignorant. Like I said, it's that select few, um, maybe even more than a select few, that unfortunately ruin it for the other people who are accepting.
Yeah, for sure. And the the Hockey Diversity Alliance, all their members have played a combined of 4,492 games in the NHL. So that's really good, especially
Yeah,
for like diversity in hockey and like how
yeah,
7 of them played over 4,000 games. Like
hmm
it's good for the sport.
yeah, man, absolutely, it absolutely is. And then I remember Akil Thomas scored the game-winning goal for Canada, and I felt like that was just like uh, it was awesome, dude. It was awesome to see,
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
someone of someone who's not white to score that goal. I felt like it was like a just I don't know, man. It was cool. You'll have to see it, and it was awesome. Shout out to Kill Thomas.
Yeah, it's a work in progress to get him on the pod. So hopefully soon we'll get him on.
Yeah, man, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I just found something on the Hockey Diversity Alliance and like there's an article about them and it says our mission is to eradicate racism and intolerance in hockey. And then the statement continued and it said, we are hopeful that anyone who puts on skates or sits in the stands will do so without worrying about race, gender, socioeconomic background, will be able to express their culture, identity, values, and personality without fear of retribution. So that goes like right in hand in hand what we're talking about, like how
Exactly, man.
you don't want to worry about that. And I could definitely see in the future that it won't be as bad, but I mean it could still be there because we don't know how this is gonna go. But it will get better for sure. And
Yeah,
I have
exactly,
hope for that.
exactly. I hope so too, and I agree, man. Like I said before, I don't think it's ever gonna go away. Unfortunately, it's just how it is, man. Racism and just ignorant comments and ignorant thoughts in people's minds will never go away. That's just humans. But as you said, and as I had said previously, it's definitely headed in a right direction, and I think it's only going to get better from here. And I think a couple years down the line, we're going to look back to 2020, and you know, we're gonna look at it and compare it to maybe like 2025, 2026, when we're gonna have stars from like Japan, and there's like a very high projected round pick, first round pick too. His name is Aito Oguchi.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've heard about
He's Japanese, um, and so he's up there. I know a couple guys um, who are mixed who are going to be projected pretty high as well. Like I said, man, it's just you love to see the game getting more diverse, so that way people are just used to that difference. You know, everybody has a different background. Everybody has different uh, beliefs and whatnot. I just think that people need to be more accepting overall, and that's when things will get better.
Yeah, for sure. And going back to diversity in hockey, and like it's not just hockey; it's all sports. They're all becoming more diverse, which is
Yeah.
great to see. and like
Yeah, absolutely, man.
it's
Basketball,
great
like
to see it in
NBA is getting more
everything.
diverse. You got that one star, Luka Doncic
Yeah,
on the Mavericks. Man, he is unreal.
he is. It's good to see all of them, all all the diversity growing, and like it's
Yeah,
good for the sports, good for the community, good for the society, good for like everything, because everyone will be like,
absolutely.
this is the new, like we gotta start accepting them for. We
Exactly.
don't pay attention to like race, color, any of that. It's just who they are as a person.
Exactly, man. 100%. I agree.
It's definitely getting better, but still, like you said, I don't think it's gonna go away completely, but for sure it's gonna change.
Yeah, we're headed in the right direction.
We are. Is there anything else you want to comment about what we discussed about the stories yet?
Um, I don't know, man. I think we pretty much nailed everything. In my opinion, I think we nailed everything like to the dot, and I think I said everything that I wanted to say. Do you have anything to add on or any questions?
Just that, just this will keep getting diverse. Sports will keep getting diverse, and it's everything's gonna change, and it's gonna change
Yeah.
to the better.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I think the best thing to do is just stay positive, and shout out to Akil Thomas for coming out and just spreading awareness because so many times in hockey people just don't want to accept that there are racist people who make ignorant comments. So shout out to Akim Aliu too for
It's
making
just
awareness. Shout out
showing
to Vander Kane too for spreading awareness, and because the
diversity.
fact of the matter is, it's unfortunate, but these racism hockey exists, and players of color who are not or who are non-white need to should step up and speak up because without them, it's not gonna go in a better direction, and people are gonna stay ignorant. And like I said, man, the best thing to do is stay positive. I think the game is going in the right direction. I think it's gonna few years from now, it's gonna be even more diverse. I think people are gonna be more accepting, and lucky enough for us, we're the younger generation. We're more open minded for the most part, and so yeah, it's pretty exciting things, man.
Yeah, for sure. And Akim Aliu did a great job uh, getting this out there and getting it known. And then Hockey Diversity Alliance, that's also a huge step in the right direction. And like just a podcast in general, like you can just get like facts
Mm-hmm.
out, get information out, and try to get change. And things will change. I do believe that, and everything will get better, and hockey will become a more diverse sport than it already is, and sports in general. I think we nailed this on the head, right away. I think we nailed it on the head, and like we got to like right to the topic and like just right to the point, which is good.
I appreciate you letting me express my opinions and my you know what I have to say. So,
Hey,
thank you, man,
this
for
is what
having me
it's
on the show. I
for.
appreciate it.
This is what it's for. Just to get everything out.
Yep.
Do you wanna
Yeah.
talk about some NHL really quick about the upcoming playoffs?
I'm from Chicago, born and raised here, and I'm actually a huge Tampa Bay Lightning fan. And so I'm glad my Lightning are in, and I obviously have somewhat of a love for the Hawks too. So I'm glad they're in, man. I'm glad that they're in, and they're fortunate enough to get in. They're playing Edmonton. I do think that the Hawks have more playoff experience than Edmonton, so I'm gonna give the slight edge to the Hawks on this one. But then again, man, McDavid, Draisaitl, that combo, throw in very fast skater Athanasiu and Darnell Nurse, Jujar Kara. Man, how ironic is it that I'm naming players who are not not white, right?
Um, but
That's funny.
I think the Hawks definitely have an edge, especially for that playoff experience. And when it's playoff time, Kane and Tays both turn it up like
Exactly.
in notches. Like
Exactly.
not even like
Especially
normal
Patrick
hockey
Kane.
at that point. It's just like it's extreme hockey at that point for them.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys are so talented, and when the challenge is, when the challenge rises, I remember a specific quote that I have on my wall from Jonathan Toews, and it says, this was back in, I think, maybe either 2010 or 2013. He said this was in the playoffs. In an interview, he said, if you don't want that spotlight, if you don't want to be here, if you don't want that moment, then you shouldn't be here.
Exactly.
And I
Playoff
think
hockey
that's
is a
it
whole
gives me
different
chills,
sport.
man. And actually, today's the day that it's been 10 years since
Yeah.
Patrick Kane scored that overtime winning goal, man. I remember watching that in my cousin's living room and just freaking out, dude.
I was just watching that before we recorded. I was watching the highlights of it.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, man. It's crazy. 10 years.
And then we beat out your Lightning in 2015.
I know, man. You know what's so funny about that, actually?
What?
I was wearing my Stamkos jersey. So I had bought a Stamkos jersey when he got drafted. In, I think, 2009, he got drafted.
Yeah.
And I had bought a Stamkos jersey. I still have it to this day. And I remember I went to a Buffalo Wild Wing. I was wearing it. And people were like, "Come on, man, why are you wearing a Stamkos jersey?" And they're like, "We respect that, though." I was like, I don't know, man. I love Stamkos. I've been watching him since his college days, and it was funny, man. But it was funny because I also have a Patrick Kane jersey as well. Like I said, I have a little bit of love for the Hawks.
Yeah. That's funny though, especially bringing a Lightning jersey into a Buffalo Wild Wings in Illinois.
Yeah, dude. It was funny, man. It was really funny. If I could do it all over again, I would. Like I said, man. Hopefully, my Lightning don't get knocked out by Columbus.
Yeah.
Well, obviously they're not playing Columbus, but I'm just talking about last year.
Sweep.
Yeah.
I do have a soft spot for Tampa though.
Yeah.
For Samir and Bazzi.
Yeah. Cooch. Cooch, Stamkos, man. I really hope my Lightning make it, man. I don't know what happens, man. Stamkos just turns off during the playoffs. We need him to step up, man, as the captain and as the leader of that Lightning team. Him and Kucherov need to step up.
He did not step up last year. Like no one.
Yeah, he did not. Nobody did. Kucherov had, I think, a couple, like 3 points.
Kucherov did, yeah. But it seemed like no one else wanted it. It seemed like they're just like keeping that like how good of a regular season they had because like they did not play like a good like almost a history team in the regular season in the playoffs.
Yeah,
just
man.
Like an average like bottom level team.
Yeah. Exactly, man. I don't know, man. My Lightning need to get past the at least second round this year. Hopefully, they don't get swept. Man, that was sad. Got swept.
Didn't they get like 52 wins last year?
Yeah, they had a lot of wins. So I don't remember to be exact how many, but
I'm pretty sure they're tied for first or second, like in the whole history of the NHL to have a season like that. And then they get swept.
Yeah, I remember that from last season.
That was brutal.
Yeah, it was. You know what though? No matter what the playoff format is for this year, we should all be grateful because at least we have a playoff this year.
Yeah.
And it's fortunate enough that we do. And whenever it starts, we don't know specifically, but whenever it does start, obviously, it's going to be very fun to watch.
Yeah, I was hoping to go to a Hawks game. I know we were trying to plan one, but the season got suspended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, we definitely will go to a Hawks game for sure. If they do allow it in the fall, hopefully.
I think they will.
Who knows where that stands? Yeah, I think they will too. But I don't know. It might be like a limited seating type of thing where they might, not gather. They might not let people sit right next to each other.
Yeah.
Maybe like every other seat or maybe like a seat in between. Either way, man, whatever,
I mean,
whatever we can
it all
get.
depends on when the season's actually supposed to start
That's true.
because like this is
That's
supposed to
true.
go into like September, and like
Yeah.
maybe if it goes to, like late November, it's like early December for the season to start. Maybe we'll be able to have fans by that point.
Yeah, exactly. And I saw a rumor that said that the season might begin on like next season might begin on the Winter Classic,
Oh,
like
that would
January 1st. Yeah, that was like a rumor that that'll be the start of the next season on Winter Classic Day.
at
So
that
that
point
would be
we gotta
cool,
have
man.
fans though. There's no point to delay
Yeah.
that much if you're not gonna have fans.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do. I don't know, man. Because it's a lot of people, so we'll see. I don't know. Maybe they'll have like limited capacity. I mean, who knows, right? We can really just hope for the best. Whatever we can take, I mean, we'll get, man. I'm just glad hockey's coming back on TV.
Yeah.
Even if it's just watching it from my room, or on TV, it's better than, honestly, it's better than nothing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
fortunately enough, we've been going to Rocket and skating at Rocket the past two times, last week and the week prior, and
Yeah.
it's been awesome to get back on the ice. And obviously, we're all pretty rusty, but that'll change with time.
Yeah, for sure. How do you think what's been your experience for like picking up and like
What's up?
meeting all of us, meeting our group that we're in, like what has been your experience with that?
Yeah, man, it's been absolutely awesome. Coming to Red, I made a lot of friends, man. Met a lot of people. I made close friends that I'm happy to call my close friends, including yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's been awesome. Like I said, man, sports just brings people together. Teaches teamwork, teaches hard work, teaches that extra push. During practice when you're skating and coach is yelling at you, makes you drive. Just harder, better work ethic. Just teaches you fundamentals that you can use later on in life, man. Like I said, the biggest thing is that leadership, responsibility, that drive that sports can teach, especially hockey. And like I said, man, what you learn from competitive sports can definitely translate into your overall life in the future. So it's definitely awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Rat and like pickup and like stick and puck in general has brought like me, like yourself, like really close friends and
Yeah.
like people I enjoy like hanging out with. Like we hang out all the time. Like after skates we'll be like in the parking lot for like an hour after it's like after it's like midnight we won't leave till like 1 a.m. We'll go out to dinner
Actually, we're
after.
just
We'll
talking about anything, messing around with the boys.
yeah, we'll go out to get food after and stay out till like 2 in the morning. Uh, just just hanging out in the locker room in general, and
Yep.
it's fun. And like we both have had discussions like this, and like we both help each other out a lot in our game. Like especially as a contender, you'll tell me like
Yeah.
what I'm doing wrong, and if you think I should say something, you'll tell me, and you'll let me hear it, and then
That's true, man. I
I'll
definitely
let
do
you
make
hear it
sure.
if you're not skating well or if
Yeah.
you're not playing well, and like
Yeah.
we see what we as individuals sometimes don't see, so it's really helpful
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it is, man. Absolutely. And I see I see I see your like full potential, and you see my full potential, and we push each other, and that's why it's good to
It's
make
fun.
friends who make good friends who push you to become a better player each and every day and every time that you're on the ice, and it's awesome, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun, and we'll be doing the same thing tomorrow, pushing each other on the ice.
Yeah, man,
We'll
absolutely.
get
Hopefully we
better.
get enough guys, and we could play maybe a 2-on-2 or 3-on-3, or set up some cones, do some drills. Definitely got to utilize that entire hour because it goes by kind of quick.
Yeah, exactly. I want to hear from your point of view how you like the time you met me and like what you thought of me at first. It's funny.
Yeah, man. So I met you maybe 2 years ago or a year and a half,
Yeah.
maybe.
2, I think, because I
think
came
2.
out
Yeah.
the day after my birthday. 2 years
Okay.
ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. So I don't know what to think of you. I was like, man, this kid, he's a quiet kid. You know, he's a decent goalie, and I saw you in the parking lot, and I introduced you. And I told you to come over. Told you to come over and join our group of friends to talk, and you did, and
Now our
you
main
met.
group.
Yeah. You met our group, and yeah, man, I'm glad I met you, and it's been we've already made a lot of memories, and it's been fun.
Yeah, it's only going to continue from there. More memories to
Exactly.
come. And you also thought I was a girl at first.
I think it was Tate and Charlie, and I who thought you were a female. We we weren't sure until we saw you in the locker room, and we were like, all right, never mind. He's a male, you know, and
And for my
that
deep
was
voice.
yeah, and and then we we heard your voice and we're like, all right, man, this guy's he's definitely a male. But yeah, initially we definitely thought that you were you were a female. And but yeah, man, it's been awesome to get to know you. Think you're a great kid, man, and I think that
It's always fun
there's
hanging
nothing
with
but
you.
success coming your way.
Yeah, you too. So it's been fun getting to know you over the last 2 years. We've
Yeah.
had countless memories so far and countless memories to come. And
Yeah, man, absolutely. Even though we do argue a lot, you're like that little brother. Well, I already have a little brother, but I'm like that older brother that you
like middle-aged brother.
never had. Yeah, man, I feel like you're like another younger brother of mine. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's why we argue, and that's why I make fun of you so much.
Yeah, for sure. You're like an older brother to me that I'll pick on, especially when it's coming to you sucking at hockey a couple of times, and I'll get on your case for that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's fun, man. This goes straight back to how sports brings people together. So
Exactly. So to finish this off, who do you think is going to be in the Stanley Cup this year?
oh man, I'm not trying to be biased here, but I think it's gonna be Tampa Bay Lightning, my Lightning, and man, I'm gonna give it to you for the second team. I'm going Lightning. What do you say?
Vegas.
Vegas, no chance, man.
They got the back. They got the team to do it. They have a solid offense, solid defense, and
Yeah,
Fleury and Leonard as
yeah,
goalie tandem. That's dangerous.
yeah. We'll see, man. Look out for the Rangers.
True.
I think they made it. I'm not 100% positive.
Yeah, I think so. I say Vegas.
Panarin, man. Panarin deserves the heart.
He does. He should get MVP.
Yeah. Exactly, man. He deserves the heart. Get that MVP. He had a hell of a season, and like I said, he definitely deserves it. I heard a lot of people saying Nathan McKinnon deserves it, but whoever wins, whether it's him or Nathan McKinnon, I definitely wouldn't be upset with whoever wins. In my opinion, though, I would give it to Artemi Panarin, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree with you there. So, Adam, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for discussing everything you did, especially since it could be hard. And just thank you. I really appreciate it, and see you tomorrow.
Yeah, man. No, thanks for having me on the show and on the podcast. And definitely, I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, man. Once again, thank you.
Yeah. Well, see ya.